Scot Nationals at Carlyle Sailing Association. It's the second race on the second day of racing. Ends up being the last race for the Regatta. That's Chip Merlin right behind us, 6284. Just learned he owns a 68-foot transpaddle boat named Merlin. Imagine that. Same name. That's pretty cool. It's a big boat. Okay, tacking here. It's the amount of time left still, 45 seconds. And it's breezy, so we're going to get up to the line fast here. A lot of time to kill. And you can see Tim Porter and 5064 way up. That's the Hempers there just below us. I didn't see them until the last minute. They have a really nice start here. Tim Porter, just to our weather, he's really seems like he got to the line pretty early. He can't really put his bow down. So he's gonna have an interesting start. Chip created some space between us, so it looks like he'll have a good start. But see, Tim can't put his bow down to build speed now, so he ends up sliding backwards pretty fast here. That's 5064. Here's our start. He's stuck, he can't tack because that other boat, 6171's having trouble. Well, 5346, man, wow, they had a great start. Tim finally tacks there, so we'll take a look at that again here in a second. Here's Chip here, 6284. That's a really tight jib halyard, but it is windy and wavy, so in those conditions, you want it tighter. That's certainly not too loose. That's pretty tight. Anyway, to weather of him, we've got Tyler Andrews in 6379. See Chip hitting some waves here. He's putting the bow down. He's got to get out of here. He goes bow down, build a little bit of speed so he can tack. Tack's over, but I'm sure he didn't see this other boat going low of Tyler. Oh, so he had to go almost backwards. We'll check in with him again, 6284 again at the Windward Mark, and see how he did. In 5721, that's Mark Johnson. Tyler tacks, Mark tacks at the same time. That guy should be tacking right here. We knew in the first race of the day that the right side really paid off, and we don't go right. So here's a screenshot. This screenshot was taken about 15 seconds after the start. And you can see the pressure on the water on the right-hand side. This picture almost looks exactly like my race 4 video. We took an insert there as well. That's just from a video that the Kuntz brothers posted online and on their YouTube channel, Sailing with My Brother. That's us in 6125. That's 5064. That had a really rough start. 5905 and 5310. We'll check in with them again. They race together a lot in this race, so we'll see them again too. But yeah, that pressure on the right-hand side, man, you can see that pressure line. Yeah. So people that started at the boat on that end did make out, but this race didn't end up like the last race. That was completely a persistent shift. In race 4, if you watch that video, it's really a persistent right-hand shift. This race, not so much. We'll see more of a normal oscillating shift. Okay, so we had to speed it up. This race was pretty long. It was a 54-minute race. The first leg was actually 14 minutes long. So if you watch the clouds on the mast there, you can see a bunch of clouds just appeared. Some more clouds are going to appear, so we're getting knocked. We want to go right. Yeah, I just said we're down 20 degrees. So we want to go right, but man, down 20 degrees, we can't eat a knock like that. We had to go. I mean, yeah, we would have been in a world of hurt. Okay, so here come the Hempers back. They had a great start. I want to look at the Leech Profiles here. So look at her very twisty mane. And then next is Dave Chapin. Not so twisty, pretty flat mane. So I took a couple screenshots and put them side by side just to take a look here. And you can see on the right-hand boat, the Hempers, the top is pretty twisty. And if you look at the boom, the vang is on, the boom is bent a little bit. But if you look at the boat on the left here, Chapin's boat, that boom is really bent. And it's not as twisty at the top. So I would say the boat on the right had vang on, but not enough vang. So I would think they just need more vang. That's my humble opinion. Okay, so in that speed through right there, we just saw the Kuntz brothers again that have the masthead camera. They sailed in front of us. They started all the way down at the pin end of the starting line. So they did fine down there, which is surprising to me given it looked like we were in a bit of a right shift again. But that's them coming back across our bow. You know, pretty far in front and started all the way down at the pin. There wasn't a lot of people down there, but they made out just fine. Okay, so where are we here? About 6. Yeah. Okay, so that's Kevin and Kendall just tacked back to port. We're all on port. There's John Carlyle, 5310. The camera, you know, we've got the front camera and the back camera on the GoPro. There's a little, you can see a little line of distortion. He looks way bowed down to us. He's not as bowed down as it looks, but he does fall into us a little bit here and has to tack away. See him falling a little bit into us. There he goes. Okay, so if we pan back around here, you can see the guys on the right look pretty good. But we do get lifted here. We do get a nice little left-hand turn. So, you know, it helps us out. Coming into the top, about the top, I don't know, 20% of the leg, we got a nice little lefty, and it ended up being all right for us. So just looking back, you know, there's really not anybody on the left-hand side. Race 4 was go right, so everybody went right again. And this race, you know, we ended up okay, even though we were out on the left-hand side. Crossing in front of us now, 6305, Jeff Linton. So this is 5064, just crossed in front of us. They had that terrible start. They made all of that up. Crazy how much ground they made up by going out to the right. Here's Dave Chapin here, 5905. And a little bit of a cork starboard issue. Yep. We were going to be overlapped with him coming into the Windward Mark, and he's going to be a problem for us. And the blue boat took care of that for us. But Dave Chapin tacks away quickly, comes back. He actually doesn't lose any boats as a result of that. John knows he's got to do some circles here, so we'll do those in a minute. I heard a rumor that there was actually no contact there. It looked like it in the video, but he said there was no contact between the boats. So that's pretty good. Okay, so you can see Dave Chapin around next, right? So he didn't lose any boats. And that's 6284. That was the boat that fell into us, had to tack and take a bunch of sterns there, had to turn almost backwards back towards the line. He did just fine, going out to the right-hand side again. So, yeah, it's amazing that right side really worked out in this race and the last race. But I believe the second boat around is Kevin and Kendall, who started at the pin. Okay, so we've got some kites going up here. Black kite is Eric Vassell, Clinton Lake 6135, and multicolored kite, that's Tyler Andrews 6379, Tyler and Carrie Andrews. That blue and white, I want to say that is the guys from Miami, Richard Shello, I think. That's the blue boat, you know, has the spinnaker up now, white and blue. They did 2 circles, and they don't look terrible, right? They're okay right now. So we'll see how they end up. looks like the red and yellow, that's Texas, very high, built very high. Yeah, so zoom down in here. It's a little blurry because I'm zoomed in quite a bit. When I zoom in, the camera moves a lot. So it's mounted on my tiller. I'm moving my tiller, adjusting with the wind shifts and the waves. And that's zoomed back out to regular. There on our left is Linton in that solid red kite. Way out in front, David Ames with that yellow kite. Main comes over. It's Tim Porter right in front of us, 5064. So they had that really rough start and rounded the Windward Mark in front of us. That is a remarkable recovery. Remarkable. Anyway, here comes some Challenger fleet coming upwind. I do not see Greg and Diane camp coming upwind here.
Thank you.
They tacked away. Thank you, Greg and Diane. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we were just finishing up the jibe. Heads were down in the boat, you know, getting stuff straight, and wasn't paying attention. We were both on board, but we were in the boat, so we had to keep clear. So that's Kuntz Brothers there, right in front of us. Multicolored kite, barely see them. They're the ones that started at the pin. So the boat that rounded first was Ames. He started at the boat. The second place boat started at the pin. So crazy. Okay, Tim really heated it up. 5064, you can really see him heated up here to get in front of us. He didn't want us to have an inside overlap. He might have been on his breeze a little bit there. We need to trim that main. Main was out too far. You obviously don't want it to luff, but you want it to be in a little bit farther than that luffing too. Try to sit on the stern to initiate planing to get the bow up in the air. So when I'm planing, I'm usually sitting on the stern to keep the bow up.
Roll it back, roll it back.
So I want him to roll back the rollers on the centerboard. It's all the way down, but you got to roll it back from the hump up a couple inches. So Greg rounds first. Jeff Linton. Tim Porter in 5064 is second. And then Kevin and Kendall, the Kuntz brothers, have some kind of problem down here. I don't know what happened, but they got like head to wind right at the mark. Had to sail all the way down and around. Didn't make me happy. Sometimes, the most important thing around a mark is point the boat in the right direction, right? You got to point the boat in the right direction, keep it moving, don't get slow. Sometimes your head gets in the boat, fumbling around with lines and spinnaker sheets and main sheets, and you get tangled up. But if you can at all help it, point the boat in the right direction, keep the boat moving. That's Tyler and Carrie Andrews, I believe, or no, that's Chapin still, yeah. Yep, 5905. Oh, David Chapin and Caroline Chapin. Dave Chapin, he's like a world champion sunfish sailor. I think we have 2 world champion sunfish sailors in this fleet. It's Dave Chapin right behind us and Jeff Linton in front of us. So he had to tack because Kuntz brothers were coming back on 5954 on starboard. So now this is Tyler and Carrie behind us. Andrews.
I don't know, man.
we're not going to get caught on the left again. We got caught on the left way too many times in race 4. Well, every time on race 4. We're not going to make that mistake again this time. You just, okay, here we go. So, just crossing Tim, closest to us, and then Jeff Linton in 63.05. Definitely have to speed some of this up. My goal is to get these done in under 30 minutes. So the Andrews just tacked. Kind of getting out here by ourselves a little bit, so coming back on starboard and realizing the boats in front of me are on port, so we must be sailing towards a knock here. You just put the bang all the way on again. More breeze. On the right, seemed like, we're hiking hard. More breeze than there was on the left side. But Tim Porter just crossed in front of Jeff. I know it's hard to see because we're speeding it up there, but Tim Porter got in front of Jeff, but I don't think that lasts long. Jeff Linton is a really good sailor. He's 7-time national champion of flying Scots, and I think he's got 50 world or national championships to his name. More like Shotsman of the Year, the works. Drop the main sheet. And that inexperience shows. I've been skippering about 6 years now. 6 years, yeah. I got the Scot. It was my first boat. Got my Scot in 2019. But I've been racing it a lot, so learned a lot in the past 6 years, that's for sure. Okay, that's on our left is Jeff Linton. On our right, crossing, I believe that's Tim. David Ames in first place is just way out in front. See, Dave Ames there on the offset leg, so we're almost at the Windward Mark here. You can see his main's out, jib's out. Looks like he's cruising down the offset leg. Can't see the mark, so still too far away. Oh, there's a Windward Mark. Yep, just behind my back. Rounded that Leeward Mark. Right behind us was Kuntz Brothers, then it was Stuart Chapin, then it was Tyler. Tyler Andrews. So guess who's coming here? I understood this mark again. So here they come. They've made up some ground, not a surprise. The two of them are pretty awesome sailors. They've gotten second at the Nationals as many times as we've gotten fourth at least. I think they've gotten second 4 times at the Nationals maybe. But look at their jib halyard. It's pretty tight. It loosens up a little bit because he's eased on everything right now. But that jib halyard looked pretty tight. Those guys sailing fast. Watch these guys set this kite. Big yank, big yank on that Starsight spin sheet. So I'm really surprised he jived away here. I felt like we were in a bit of a left shift at the top. But maybe he just didn't want to follow us. Okay, next around, blue and white spinnaker. I think it's hard to see the numbers. I'm pretty sure that is Richard Shello. Not positive though. From Miami, those guys came a long way. But that dark blue hull, blue and white spinnaker, that's the boat that did 2 circles at the last Windward Mark. So that is a remarkable recovery. 2 circles, he had a really good upwind leg. And I think he's actually in front of the guy that he ended up fouling. So Jeff Linton in the red kite in front of us jibed. Tyler had jibed earlier, so I kind of wanted to go back and try to, not create too much separation between us and Tyler. And Tim Porter in 5064 keeps going, which surprised me a little bit. I lost my shroud telltale. I really like to use my shroud telltale on the downwind legs. I really drive to that, what the angle of the wind is doing. And as you can see, Tyler and Carrie over on our left side here. Andrews 6379 is the sail number they're sailing with. Who knows what hull number they're in. They're always building new boats. You can't buy new sails every year, so we have to use the same set of sails for a year. I think they're actually in 6379. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. So that's Dave Ames going upwind already. We've got a ways to go still. We were able to get in front of Tim Porter in 5064, mainly because I stayed on that starboard jibe too long. Let's see Tyler and Carrie's takedown here. Could have been a little tighter around that mark. Sure enough, Tyler has a great rounding. Better than ours. Tim gets around next. Let's see, the next downwind boat to round looks like, if I was right on that, I think it's Richard Shello. And then it's going to be John Carlyle, who did 2 circles at that first Windward Mark. So that is darn impressive. And I think Dave Chapin, 5905, is right behind him. So that's a interesting change of events there. Let's see who gets the Leeward Mark. Yeah, John gets the 5310. It's the boat I highlighted at the very beginning. And then at the Windward Mark, that had to do those turns. So yeah, great, remarkable recovery. Look at that. So now that jib halyard on Tyler and Carrie's jib doesn't look quite as tight as it did before. Yeah, he does have some wrinkles in there, but not much. So good to take note of that. I'm glad we got a second look at that. Now, he tacks to starboard, and if I was smart, I would cover my competition behind me and split with the guys in front of me. Alright, cover the guys behind. It's pretty simple, basic 101 tactics, and I don't cover him. Because we rounded the Leeward Mark in 3rd place, right? Yeah, 3rd place. We got the 2 boats in front of us, Linton and Ames. And we're in 3rd, and I let Tyler go. Oh. You can imagine what happens, right? I mean, they're really good sailors, so for me to stay in front of them would be pretty hard, especially in these breezier conditions. We're talking about going. I know, yeah, I didn't cover them because we did okay going right last time, and right was favored so much of the day that I just didn't want to get out to the left-hand side and risk losing places. So There goes Jeff back again. We must have gotten a knock here. Oh, Ames tacked back as well. Now, those two could be covering each other.
Yeah. And Tyler is looking beautiful over there.
I hear what I just said. Tyler's looking beautiful over there, sure enough. So you can see Tyler going upwind over there at mine, like 10 o'clock, way out there. Still got to come back though. If we get more of a righty, we'll be okay, but it doesn't happen. Here he comes back. He's pretty far in front. I'm like, okay, I've given him up. I need to cover the rest of the fleet. That was 5064 Tim Porter that just went by our stern. Alright, 5064, yep, those are the guys that had that really rough start. Remember that? Just got shot out the back. Really nice comeback at the Windward Mark. And there he is, 5310. In that dark blue hull boat that had to do circles, do 2 turns at that first Windward Mark. So really remarkable recoveries by both of those guys. Really impressive. And to be honest, Chip Merlin too in 6284 had a really nice recovery too. From that, you know, having to really duck a bunch of boats and almost pointed back at the starting line. So, yeah, I called it remarkable recoveries for a reason, because those 3 boats really had really nice comebacks. Super impressed with 5064 after that start, Chip Merlin 6284 with his start, and then John Carlyle in 5310 for having to do a couple circles and made it back. I think he finished 6th in the race. So we ended up 4th overall for the regatta. That's the final, the top 4 there. You know, super impressed with David Ames and PJ Bueller. I mean, to have your worst race be a 3rd, that is so impressive given how shifty the conditions were and how breeze on, breeze off. Great job, guys. Hats off to you. I can't wait for the next nationals.
Holy crap!